Hey, it's Cris Chico, and I'm going to answer the question for you today. Is direct mail dead for real estate investors? And this is coming from a guy that has pioneered the industry when it comes to direct mail postcards. Again, my name is Cris Chico. I am considered the godfather of virtual wholesaling. I created these ugly postcards many years ago that now everybody is using 24-hour recorded messages and very long and lengthy type of postcards. This is one called the blind copy postcards property notification. You've probably seen this around. I was the one that created it. And now, most recently, I am the king of how to find motivated sellers using Facebook ads. If you are interested in that and learning how to find motivated sellers using Facebook ads, make sure that you go to chicoclass.com. That's Chico, my last name, CHICO, class.com, one domain. Go there and I have a special class that will teach you how I'm going out and finding motivated sellers using Facebook advertising. But for today, the question is direct mail dead? Well, I got to tell you, I haven't mailed these postcards in a very long time. And the reason for that is for some of the things that I'm going to talk about here today. Now, if you are doing direct mail, if you say, Chico, I don't care what you say, I want to do direct mail and I'm going to do my hardest to make it work. Well, here's a list of how to make it work. However, if you're tired of competing against every other single investor doing direct mail, because I'm going to talk about some of these things that you could do better. But fundamentally, the big issue that we're having is that everybody's doing direct mail. You can go very easily right now and get a list, go to a mail house and have them start sending out direct mail very quickly. And in the end, guess what? You've got a problem because now you're competing with everybody else. And so direct mail, if you want to make it work, here are the tips and strategies for that. By the way, want to make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. If you have already subscribed to the channel, then go ahead and hit the like or give me a comment. Let me know if this video was helpful to you, okay? Now, first mistake that people make is the wrong list. And all these things all come together. This is not a, hey, if you got this right, if you got this wrong, but you got these right, then direct mail will work. You have to get all of these right. If you do not get all of these right, then you're not going to succeed at direct mail. Now, by the way, if you want my copy of my postcard, you can go to chrischico.com/postcard and you can get a copy of this blind copy card, which is one of the things that I recommend you use. Wrong list. Now, in the beginning, there's a variety of different lists that you're going to go ahead and you have an option of targeting when it comes to direct mail for real estate investors. And the list that I recommend initially when you're starting out is do your best to try and have lists that are have specific motivation. So in terms of the least motivated list, for example, is that you can say, hey, I want to send postcards and letters to everyone in the entire area that has a house, that owns a house. Well, that's going to be a pretty big list. You're going to have to spend a lot of money and you're going to have to sift through a bunch of different people calling you and just to be able to find somebody who's motivated. On, say, the other end of the extreme would be as somebody who has a property that hasn't paid taxes for the last 2 or 3 years and now they're going to lose their property because it's going to be sold at the tax auction. So obviously that prospect is a lot more motivated, and so that's who you want to target. So if you're doing direct mail, number one is if you're doing it incorrectly, it means that you are targeting the wrong list. Good list to target would be code violation list, tax delinquent list, vacant property list. Now, a great thing to do is you take those 3 lists and you compare them against each other to figure out where is the overlap, and you focus on those people. However, though, we don't want to get too complicated here. Just think about the list of people, code violation, tax delinquent, vacant property, or anything, you can say pre-foreclosure, for example. Anything that has some sort of motivation there for the owner to be able to want to do something with the property now, that there's distress, that maybe needs repairs, etc. So that's number one, wrong list. Number 2, the other reason why you may perhaps be having a difficult time with direct mail is because of bad marketing. Again, you want to use, you might have a great list, but you might send a letter or a letter that everybody else is sending, and you're not going to get any results. So making sure that you send the right mechanism, the right postcard along with the right mechanism. My suggestion is to send out my blind copy postcard. You can go to chrischico.com/postcard. I'll give you a copy of it. Use that postcard. You can create that postcard with click2mail.com. Click2mail.com. You can just use my postcard exactly. Don't change it. I see people all the time like, oh, let me decide to change it. Why are you doing that? Okay, I've mailed out millions of those. Send whatever I would tell you to send, and that's it. Then once you get deals on your belt, then you can test and you can decide what you want to do. I recommend sending my blind copy postcard with a 24-hour recorded message that then will just a quick 2-minute message. Hey, my name is Cris, and I know the postcard I sent you was a little bit strange, and let me explain what's happening. I'm interested in buying a property in your area, and you just do like a 2-minute message, ask them to leave a message at the end. Now here's a special trick. When somebody calls in to a 24-hour recorded message with that postcard, the blind copy cards, your intent is to call everybody back. You're going to call everybody who calls into that particular postcard, regardless if they left a message or did not leave a message. Chances are, well, here's the thing. Let me backtrack because I want to say chances are. Our best deals come from people that don't leave a message. Why is that? Because chances are those people are not leaving messages for anybody else because they're not ready to do something just yet. But we're catching them right before they have a chance to talk to somebody. We have their phone number now. We can reach out to them and we can try and see what we can do with them. And so that's why you want to do that. The third reason why you might be struggling with direct mail is because of a budget issue. You know, if you tell me, Chico, I am mailing to absentee owners and I've mailed 500 postcards and I just can't seem to get anywhere with direct mail, then guess what? You're not mailing enough. You need to mail more volume. You need to mail to that list. Now, they're all kind of intertwined because the budget is dependent on the list. If you're sending out postcards to absentee owners and that's a list of 15, 20, 30,000 people in your particular market, you've got to send out more of those. You got to send out more postcards. I would say, well, you got to be sending out at least 1,000 postcards a week just to be able to get some traction with that, because otherwise you're not going to get anywhere with this thing. However, if you're doing a tax delinquent list, the tax delinquent list is a smaller list. So let's say you might have 1,000 people, right? So if that's the case, then 1,000 people you can send my blind copy postcard. And I would recommend you mail them twice. So you mail them the first time, you're going to get good results. You mail them a second time, you're going to get a lot of more calls. Sometimes there might be overlap, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. But you're going to get new people to call, and you might as well hit that list twice. As an example with a tax delinquent list. However, it's still going to be less volume than if you were to mail the entire absentee owner list. So the budget is also an issue. You have to make sure you understand what's required in order to have success with that particular channel based on the list. You could have a great budget and you can have the right list, but if the postcard and the marketing isn't great, then guess what? That's going to be a problem. So again, all these have to work together in order to be able to create success. Last but not least, and this is the one that people miss, is no follow-up. Follow-up is key. If you're always going to get deals if you do enough marketing, you're going to get deals from the marketing you do today. But if you're going to do any sort of consistent number of deals each and every single month, you're going to have deals that come from the marketing today that you just did this month, but you're going to have deals that come from people that you spoke with a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and now they're going to start to hit. And all of a sudden, that's how you get, 5 to 7 deals a month, because you got deals that are from the marketing now, and deals are from follow-up that you have done from people that, you had to, they were not ready yet. And so follow-up is key. Follow-up is key. And, yes, you should have a CRM. Don't get too complicated with it, but you need to have some sort of system to be able to know that if I talk to you and if I talk to a seller and they say, well, give me a call in a month, you're going to call them back in 2 weeks and you're going to say, hey, I know you told me to call you back in a month, but I just said, hey, let me just give you a call, see what's going on, see if the time frame has changed or anything like that. Well, the worst thing you want to do is that they say, call me in a month. You wait 2 months because you forget. You finally get a hold of them and they say, guess what? I sold it. And you look on the records and you're like, oh my gosh, they sold it. I would have bought it for that price and I would have made a tremendous amount of money, but you didn't. Because why? You didn't follow up with them. So all these things have to be in place. Otherwise, direct mail isn't going to work. However, even despite, if you get all this right, just be prepared for the fact that direct mail is a lot more crowded of a channel now than ever before. And so it's going to take some money in order for you to be able to get this work. Now, another option is that you use my Facebook training to find motivated sellers. You can go to chicoclass.com, CHICO class.com. There's also a description in this video here. There's you look at the description. There's some links for training that's available that I can teach you step by step how to go out and find motivated sellers using Facebook ads. Now, even if you have direct mail and it's working for you, take a look at these things. Maybe use my postcard. And even if you're doing great with direct mail, maybe you should consider Facebook ads, because at the end, it's another strategy that you can add to your tool belt in order to find more motivated sellers. And that's my message for today. And if you're crazy enough to send direct mail, follow my tips, use my postcard, and make some money.